Hey, guess who had another episode this week? That's right, The Flash did. And they called it Growing Pains. Well, I don't know about growing, but there's a lot of pain. So, anyway, of course, the Speed Force is now Barry's mommy. She wants to be Barry's mommy. And, it's this sick thing where it's like Iris doesn't turn on him completely, but she's like, hey, you won't call her Nora and stuff because she isn't Nora. I mean, can you imagine this thing that takes on the form of his dead mother? You know, as bad enough as that, but of course the show is playing it off that he doesn't want a mommy's interference now that he's a grown-ass man. And see, it's funny. And then he's internalizing it, not dealing with his feelings. Whoa, feelings. And so his powers get out of hand, and he, I don't know, breaks a bottle of orange juice and kind of tears up his office at work. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. But, they come to an understanding, and he decides to give in and call her Nora. Yeah. But it's all rather sick, you know. This is all stupid. You've got this godlike entity of the Speed Force, but she just wants to bake cookies. Anyway, the other story was the deal with Killer Frost. What was the FBI or whatever? I can't even remember. Suddenly remembered, hey, she committed a lot of crimes. And so then suddenly there's these murders that looks like it was committed by someone with ice powers. So she says, that's Caitlin. It's time to bring her in. Well, she had to come in anyway because she'd already committed assaults and all that sort of stuff. But, luckily she split into two people. So there's Frost and Caitlin now, which was always stupid. Yeah. So Frost says, I'm going to solve this case myself. So she goes out on her own and goes to this bar that she figures is going to give her a lead. And she goes there and there's like, I don't know, 3 people there and a bartender. And then the bartender she is immediately attracted to and finds him hot and shit. And then the TV news comes on and tells them that they're actively looking for Killer Frost, and they bring her in and there's a reward and all this crap. So of course the 3 people in the bar decide to take on Killer Frost. And of course she kicks their ass. Not so much with her powers, she's just doing all kind of martial arts moves and stuff. Yeah, it's really stupid. She does use her powers a little bit here, so that's nice. But then the bartender helps her out, and she's like, thanks, man. And he's like, but don't be a stranger, huh? And she's like, giggle tee hee, and she's all turned on and stuff. So she goes back to Star Labs and whatnot. And crap, I can't even remember. I guess Chester and Allegra. The only good thing about Allegra is that she makes Chester's acting ability look better because hers are terrible. It's just not even there. I'm sure she's a nice lady, but come on, she's just not ready for the job. Well, they come across some clues, and then suddenly, oh no, wait, Caitlin gets arrested. That's right. Yeah, how did I forget? So they suddenly figure out that, hey, Caitlin Snow must have been Killer Frost, and so, well, she was. She's not anymore. But so they bring her in, and then Frost almost goes in to bust her out. And while they talk her down from doing that over the phone, she suddenly realizes, wait a minute, there's somebody setting me up. And so the only other person in this that she's met was the bartender. So yeah, you guessed it. It was the bartender. So she goes to him, and he's got some bizarre story of being obsessed with her powers because he fell through a frozen lake once when he was a kid and went through hypothermia. He's been obsessed with freezing ever since. Now look, I know there's been dumb plots and stuff in comic books, but they're dumb, stupid plots, so they're the ones you don't want to copy. I don't know if anyone were this stupid, but so they fight, because now he has these mittens that recreate Frost's powers, and they fight it out, and then in the end, she stabs him with a popsicle that she makes, and he's like, "Ooh!" and he falls over. Then the Flash shows up and bandages the guy's wound so he, I guess, doesn't bleed to death on the floor. And then the cops show up and say, you better give up, Frost. And, well, she's caught the guy. She recorded him confessing that he did everything. So, of course, that takes care of the murder charges. But she's facing other serious charges as well. So she says, I'm going to have to turn myself in. And the Flash says, yeah, whatever. So she does. Allegra's like, no. But, Frost is like, yeah, I got to deal with this. It's, because it's her fault. And that's it. That's it. So there you go. I know there's a lot of people watch Batwoman to hate watch it, but because there's a lot of comedy material to get out of how bad it is. That's not necessarily what I'm doing, because this show actually had some good shows at one time. Batwoman never did. And so it's rather sad. More times than it's funny. Yeah. So, okay, there you go. I watched it so you don't have to. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.